I'm not trying to be Jordan with it. I'm just trying to be successful. Success is relative. So my success don't mean I don't need to be a Capcom Cup winner or Evo champion. I just need to have a platform where I can just be real, be myself, talk about certain things, be a certain way, and not be shoehorned into like this idea that I'm supposed to be quote marketable.
She's got a fake boyfriend. He lives in LA. Says she met him online. I mean, what else can I say? Said he'll visit next May, but that's hard to believe, cause he works at a cafe and playing tickets ain't free. Says he's in school. He's doing big things. He'll be the best welder this world's ever seen. God, I sound like an asshole. I don't mean to be mean. It's just when we talked, you had bigger dreams. I know, I drag my feet and did you wrong. No one on this earth deserves to wait upon my love this long. I never told you sorry, so I gotta put it in the song.
Still there?
Yep.
Alright. Yo, good. So like, even though this hasn't really been a long podcast, this has been the fuck Street Fighter podcast. But normally I ask some like fucking life questions and shit. Let me hit you with that, and then we can wrap it up.
Yeah, hit me with some life. I'm probably gonna make it about Street Fighter. Say, yeah, how do you feel about your mother? Well, she has a really bad ball.
Oh fuck! If you do that, I'm like, goddamn.
Yeah, well,
yo. All right, they're gonna. First one is what is one thing you believe?
You actually writ this down, motherfucker. You.
Nah, this one's brand new. This one's brand new. The rest of them I have in my head. Yeah, but no.
What are you, my biggest fan? This is Stan?
Shit. You heard his new track? You got any thoughts on that? Walk on Water?
Eminem?
Yeah.
No, I don't listen. I don't listen to music anymore.
You
watch my stream. I listen. Making a Street Fighter reference. Watch my stream. I listen to nothing but like if it ain't Earth, Wind, and Fire, I don't know what to do. I don't know. Like I listen to that shit. You know what I mean?
70s and 80s.
Yeah, oldies. Yeah, music your pops listen to.
All right, but yo, man, what is one thing you believe that other people think is crazy?
Reincarnation, probably.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Why? Because something has to happen, right? It's like something has to happen. Like it can't be like it can't be you die and then it's just like, you know, when the credits roll at the end of the movie and it's just like that black screen and you think there's gonna be like a post-credit scene, it just nothing happens. And then the lights.
That's the most optimistic thing you said on the
It's just something has to happen, man. It's like you just become like a flower or some shit. Like based on if you're a piece of shit, like me, like in this life, I'm an asshole, but I'm not a piece of shit, right? Like I don't touch kids, I don't rape nothing. You know what I mean? Like I ain't out here like that.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to Booker for not raping nobody in his lifespan. But like I'm not out here like that. So like I feel like if I was reincarnated, I'd come back as like at the very worst a dog. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like a dog or something, or maybe like a bird. Not a bird. I don't want to be a bird. I want to be something that you can still enjoy humans. You know what I mean? Like you can still be around humans and just do that whole thing. But like, or like if you were a piece of shit, like if you was a motherfucker, like just like if you go up to heaven and then like the God is like, man, you know what? You was a motherfucker. And we gonna put you back on. We don't want you up here fucking up. You know, putting your feet on my motherfucking couch because you a savage. I won't leave you back down. I don't put you right back down in the middle of Detroit as a fucking flower in a sidewalk, and you just
damn.
And as soon as you come back, somebody steps on you on day one, and then you back in heaven. Like, yeah, you like that motherfucker. All right, now we're gonna give you another chance. You get to be a bitch named Margaret. You know what I mean? Like, now you get to do that whole thing. You know what I mean? Be a girl in the middle of Saudi Arabia. That tough ass life.
Man, this guy's savage in your world.
Yeah, I mean, I believe in that though. That's a real thing, man. Because it just doesn't make sense how some people just have terrible lives. They just get born into like disease and just fucking like one arm and 8 eyeballs and shit. They just get born like that. I go, to me, as irrational as it sounds, I go, you know what? That motherfucker was probably a piece of shit. That's probably, like, whoever invented racism. That's probably that dude. And, like, the first motherfucker to just be like, they're darker than me and I hate them. Like, he probably died and then was born as fucking some dude with, like, half an arm and like, no dick. But he was a dude. But he didn't have no dick. You know what I mean? Like, and, like, you feel bad for him now, but it's like, I feel like, I bet you back in I bet you're literally Hitler. You know? You just reincarnated as, like, just a useless motherfucker, a blind, deaf. like, I bet you Helen Keller was a motherfucker in her past life. I bet she was, like, literally Stalin. Like, just a motherfucker. And they came back blind and deaf, talking about, learn how to talk and write somehow.
She did. I was about to say, yeah, she still did some shit though.
Oh yeah, what an amazing motherfucker.
So she probably be buying fools in Street Fighter, dude. Like,
yeah. I was gonna say something about Street Fighter, but you just said not to talk about Street Fighter. I was like, I'm gonna wait for this motherfucker to do that.
Ain't there some blind guy like playing Street Fighter?
Yeah, I was having a huge argument with my friend the other day. I was like, yo, this is Saven dude, right? He's like a blind Street Fighter player. That shit is impressive. And he was like, man, he was like, fuck that shit, that ain't impressive. I'm like,
he's like, go fight a blind in real life, dog. Then I think you get my.
I was very calm at first, right? I was like, what do you mean by that? He was like, I don't know. He looks like a blind motherfucker playing. I'm like, well, what? He is blind, dude. Like, what is he supposed to look? And then he was like, yeah, he does like full screen tattoo and shit. And I'm like, well, what is he supposed to do? He's blind. And it's just like he was expecting, it was just he was expecting like the dude to be like transcendent, like, you know what I mean, like be blind but play like me and you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or maybe I should say just say like me.
Like you, exactly.
Yeah, play like me.
He doesn't play like Punk. He's kind of what.
Yeah, he's fucking trash. And I'm like, damn. Like, be easy. That shit is amazing.
Oh, shit. All right, let me hit you with the next one. What's your going with?
Goal.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a quote that I like saying to myself. It's all I'm trying to do is have humble beginnings but not humble endings. Humble beginnings, not have humble endings, meaning I want to just find purpose. You know what I mean? No matter what it is I do. Have a purpose. So if I just bring up Street Fighter again, if I spend the rest of my life playing Street Fighter, I'll be happy. If I could make some kind of dollar, which is why I need this Twitch thing to pop up, just to have some kind of guidance. Just to have some kind of guidance until I really figure out what my avenue is. Maybe once I discard my ego, maybe I can be a commentator. You know, I can't be a commentator now because I think half the FGC fucking sucks at fighting games. But like once I discard my ego, then maybe I can be like, do something else. Maybe be like a writer for like a magazine. I don't know. But
maybe you could be a commentator in the vein like WWE always has the bad guy commentator. You know,
the heel commentator.
Yeah. Maybe that could be your role.
They never fucking do that shit. There's too many softies out there if I can get hurt. You know what I mean? But it's all I'm looking for is just purpose, just to be able to express myself on some level where it's like that's what everybody wants. I think I just cheated with that answer because that's what everybody really wants. If you really think about it, it's like no one.
If you want, keep going.
It's like because everybody's goal is ultimately, no matter how you cut it, the goal is ultimately, all right, I want to do something and leave my mark. It's some kind of immortality, you know what I mean?
The legacy, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, if I do the Street Fighter shit, I want, 10 years from now, I want the motherfuckers to be like, you know what, that motherfucker was kind of nice with it, you know what I mean? And then I want to be alive 10 years later, hopefully, right? Unless diabetes gets me, you know? And like, I want to be like, all right, you know, I'm happy. I may not be something you bring something a girl brings, you know, brings home to mom or nothing. You know, I'm not impressive. I'm not like, oh my, like I feel so sorry for my girl because it's like she can't even talk about me. It's like, yeah, what does your boyfriend do? He plays video games. Oh, like a hobby for a living. It's like It's like, and I just sit here with I'm not making knuckle do money, so it's like I can't.
Oh yeah, of course.
I can't be proud of it either. But it's like I gotta keep on. I gotta keep trying to, like. I don't want to say moving forward. That's just a nothing statement. But I gotta keep trying to find my purpose and explore that. Which is why I get so passionate and so mad about like the success of others. It's not that I'm focusing on it. I'm literally trying to understand the entity that is success, like what makes a person successful. Yeah. Exactly. So it's like I'm literally trying to look for knowledge, and all people are saying to me is like some generic horseshit that doesn't even resonate with themselves, let alone me. Like, you don't even believe that shit. Hey, you be marketable. So what does that mean? Besides nothing. Besides kiss the right ass and say the right things. It doesn't mean anything. So it's like I want somebody to tell me like how to get it done my way. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I mean, it's not a good answer, but I mean, yeah, you watch enough self-help shit, and pretty much all it is, you know, keep moving forward, decide something, and then just keep going.
Fart noise. That's what I think of that.
You have to figure it out.
That shit is a wet fart to me. Yeah, a fucking wet fart to my ass, man. But it's. I tell people in the stream the same thing, man. Like when people ask me like the generic question, like how do I, like somebody earlier was like, you know, I have been trouble with Abigail with Bison. What do I do? And it's just like, well, that's a boring question. But here's the answer. It's just like, I can't tell you. I have to tell you how to be. You have to. It has to be you versus yourself. Don't ask me about like how to play this matchup or beat this guy. It should be like, all right, how do I become better than myself? You know what I mean? It has to be like I don't. This is what I mean by that. Because a lot of people ask me questions like a lot of people ask me certain questions like, you know, like they basically want to know what the win button is. Like how do I beat this character? And it's just like they don't want to understand nothing about themselves. They want to understand something about the matchup, about like what literally verbatim what to do in order to win. And a lot of times, like my subscribers, like the subscriber thing I just told you about. Yeah. Like I tell a lot of people, it's like I'm not going to tell you how to play. I can't tell you how to play. The only thing I can tell you how to be is self-aware enough to come up with your own strategy based on your strengths and weaknesses. It has to be from within. I can't give you a handbook of how to be good at Street Fighter. I mean, I'm not that good of a teacher. All I can do is tell you how to get it done your way. You know what I mean? Like, or if you're a button monkey motherfucker, I'm going to tell you how to be a self-conscious button monkey. You know what I mean? Like, just understand what you are and then move forward from there. I'm not going to tell you to stop pressing so many buttons, but I'm going to tell you, all right, acknowledge what you are, and then once you go, I'm a button monkey, like really explore yourself. All right, I'm a button monkey. You know, just have that moment, cry into a pillow, do what you got to do, and then once you fucking have that moment where that's what you are, that's what you're always going to be, then we can talk about strategies and shit. All right, this is what I think a button monkey should be doing. You know what I mean? And not to be insulting, but that's what I want somebody to do for me when it comes to like success in general. Like, you know, I want somebody to look at me when I go, well, I'm not sponsored, and then they go, well, you're a really outspoken person, aren't you? I'm like, yeah. Well, you like, you know, you don't really pretend to like people. You know what I mean? And I go, yeah, but I don't want to hear, hey, you should not be yourself and be less outspoken. Just don't say what you feel and pretend to like everybody, because that's the advice that people give you. It's like, if you're a person looking for help, they help you the way they help themselves. They don't really analyze what you are as a creature and then try to give you advice based on what you are. And that's what I give my girl hell for that shit. I give my girl hell every time we have an argument. I'd be like, yo, you're not this person. And like I try to give her advice based on who she is and not necessarily what I am. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, that's what I want when it comes to success, man. I want somebody to just be like, to accept what I am and then give me advice. Don't tell me what to be. Yeah, because I don't want to.
Trying to tell you, be like, hey, man, I know you don't play like Kobe, but you should totally be Kobe.
Yeah. It was like going up to Dirk and going, you know, you should be like Larry Bird. It's like, no, he's not Larry Bird. Just because he's a tall white guy doesn't mean he's Larry Bird.
An actual big man, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, just let him be what he wants to be, and then he goes, man, I should do this fadeaway thing because I got some long ass legs. I should do the fadeaway, and then now it's like the most unstoppable shot. They don't go, you know, you should do the Hakeem Skyhook because that's what he did. He's also 6'11". You know what I mean? Like, and now you got Dirk doing skyhooks all day and sucks at it. So it's like you tell people what they are. It's like, you know, you're not athletic. You're not Shaq. Just do your own thing. Stand at the 3-point line. Oh, you got to shoot 3. Stand there. Be the only center in the fucking thing that does that. You know what I mean? Transcend. Yeah. Be what you gotta be. Be the best version of you. I want somebody to do. I want like a coach in my life to tell me that, man. Like, how do I, with what I am, go through the certain channels, the certain avenues to be more of what I am? You know what I mean? Like, tell me to, all right, have a podcast. Here's the equipment you need. Here's the website you got to go to. Here's the fucking people you got to talk to. Give me a guideline so I can decide if I want to do that. I get confused because a lot of people just come up to me and they tell me how to get it done on their terms. It's like, you're not a fat black guy, so can you please change your advice a little bit? That shit don't work for me. Put yourself out there doesn't resonate with me. That's a stupid nothing statement. People say it all the time. It's like, I ain't put myself out there. Just because it ain't working doesn't mean I'm not doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like when, this is another thing I hate. Like, you ever see somebody win a tournament and then like people on Twitter be like, he's such a hard worker. He works hard. Like when a cool kid won, they'd be like, he's the hardest worker I know. He works hard and he puts in the work. It's like, shut up, stupid. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just because he won, he don't get to be a hard worker, motherfucker. He probably, you know what I'm saying? Like, one doesn't mean the other. Like, it's like now you set this precedent that like only people who win tournaments are hard workers and not the guy who go 0-2. The guy that goes 0-2 isn't a hard worker now. Apparently, like, now he's seen as a lazy person. So it's like I just don't like when people just have a generic thing to say in every situation. They don't really think about what they're saying, man. It irks me. It irks me to the point where I take it personally. It's like, you know, you could do a little better. Give me better advice than just put yourself out there, bro. Just blah blah blah. You know.
For sure. I mean, if you really want to do a podcast, like, I can totally guide you through some stuff. You know?
I mean,
like,
that was just an example. Yeah.
Sure, but I mean, how to make it successful, that's on you. But I mean, I can totally tell you the tangible things.
No, I mean, no, I mean literally. I mean, I do mean I wouldn't mind, but that's not like I don't dream at night about having a podcast. I mean, I do dream about having a platform where I get to just say shit. You know what I mean? Like, just have talks.
That's what a podcast could be for you. And you
just express
all these people. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can just stream it like this right now, like on Twitch, you know, like you're doing right now.
This is amazing. This is like what I really want. This is what I really want to do, but it doesn't work out as much when I'm just by myself. And the only inspiration I have to like come up with like new material or say something funny is me getting fucked up by lore players. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
in the battle lounge.
Do it with Street Fighter. I mean, though, do it with I mean, it can be Street Fighter players. Don't do it while you're playing Street Fighter.
No, it has to be with somebody consistent. It has to be somebody consistent.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to bring it? I was gonna say because I have several podcasts. This one is I get a different person each time, but I have some where it's like it is someone consistent. So you can, you know, you find whatever works for you. But I mean, you have the Twitch platform, and then you could just extract the audio later, you know, and just upload it to all those formats and everything.
I should do that.
You should.
I should do that, but I mean, I do what I can, and I'm trying to be consistent. Like right now, I follow schedules like every day, 4 to 8 on Twitch. You know, I do that whole thing, but I need somebody to just be like, all right, here's what, you know, like, you know, opportunity thing.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm saying they can't hear you. It's wild.
Oh fuck, this is gonna suck for me.
Hold on. All right, try now. Say something. I think they can hear you now.
Bacon, chicken, steak.
Yeah, you're coming in like twice as loud now. That should be good. Should be good enough.
All right, cool.
Yeah. So what was I even talking about?
We'll move on to the next one. Who do you have compassion for?
What?
Who do you have compassion for?
Compassion?
Yeah.
It's not a person. It's a type of person. Hold on.
Still too low.
Yeah. Say something?
Yo.
Yeah, you should be fine now.
Yeah.
I bet they fuck with me at this point.
They're like, yo, if it ain't clipping red, like, you know.
Yeah. But they probably got their volume down to like 1. Like, here.
Hear shit.
Yeah. So well, so who have compassion? I have for a certain type of people. I like honest people. Honest people. I don't mean just generic. I don't like being lied to. Like I don't lie or whatever. There's always a reason to lie, but people that self-awareness goes a long way with me. Right? I'll love you to the end of time if you can understand yourself in relation to others. Right? Like, I know I'm an asshole, so if I'm being an asshole and then somebody's like, man, you're being an asshole, I don't go, what? Huh? I have to have, like, something about me where it's like, I know I'm being an asshole, so if somebody's like, oh, you're being an asshole, I have to be like, I have to either double down on my assholeness or just, like, or apologize, you know what I mean? It has to be a genuine thing. But I know what I am. So if I say something that offends somebody and they go, I'm offended, I have to go, go fuck yourself. Like, I have to be like that. And that's what I appreciate out of people. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? I appreciate when people know what they are. Like I'm about to make a Street Fighter reference again.
No, that's cool. Street Fighter is your life.
You ever see a guy? Like, I get this a lot. I'll make a battle lounge, and like a super bronze will join. And I'll be like, I don't want to play you, boot you. I'll boot the super bronze, and he'll join again. I'll be like, I don't want to play you, It's not gonna be fun for you, for me. It's just gonna be an ass whooping. Be honest about why you want to play me. You're trying to say you play Tampa Bison, whatever it is. Just be honest about that. Don't make me play you because you think you actually stand a chance to beat me. Like, don't be delusional. You know what I mean? So it's like, there's a lot of people out there who are like, you know how like in the chat you can like say a couple of things in the chat.
Yeah.
I'll be like, I'll like boot a super bronze, and then they'll join back and be like, I'm a serious player. And it's like, God damn it. Like, now I have to treat you like how you think you see yourself, and you're not being fair. I think Patrice O'Neal. I think Patrice O'Neal, he said something great about that. He was like, I hate talking to people when they have like some kind of deformity, and but they don't know how to live life with that deformity. So now you have to live in their world of pretending like it's not there, right? So like, if they got like a third arm growing out their head, you can't just stare at that shit and go, what the fuck is up with that arm? You know what I mean? Like, you're actually an asshole for doing that.
Yeah.
So it's like you're an asshole for doing that, but you know what else you are for doing that? You're honest, because that shit is weird, and I'm not gonna pretend like it isn't. So like, if a bronze joins my room, it's like, and Rizzy was talking about how lower rank you're supposed to improve. It's like, you're supposed to improve by playing not me. You're not gonna learn anything getting scraped by master rank. That's not how learning works. It's like, if you learn how to play basketball, you don't go up against LeBron immediately. You know what I mean? Like, you don't. I'm not saying I'm LeBron, but I am saying that the gap is there between me and LeBron. Is the same gap between me and like a super silver, where it's like, I could probably play with my eyes closed, legitimately, like literally play with my eyes closed, and then like just do head stomp, and they'll probably get hit all game. And it's just like, what are you gonna learn? And then I have to, like, instead of there being that understanding of like, all right, the super silver should be up to him to be like, all right, you know what, I don't think I'm good enough yet for this. You know what I mean? I'm not ready. I'm not prepared. You can argue with, like, say, if you're like a platinum or like a diamond, you can argue, be like, you have a chance, but you're coherent. You know how to play Street Fighter. You're just not as good as me. I can buy it. But like, if you're a super silver or something, it's most likely there's a lot of core fundamentals that you're missing. You know what I mean? So it's like, there's so much other shit you can learn. I don't want to be put in a position where someone's not being honest with themselves, so now I have to be dishonest to them with, you understand what I'm trying to get at? Like,
no, I do.
Yeah, it's like, and it's not just Street Fighter, it's just everything in life. I don't want, if somebody is an asshole and I react to them like they're being an asshole, I don't want that guy to then be like, what? Why are you mad? What's going on? I'm like, yeah, you're being an asshole. How do you not feel that? You know what I mean? Like, be honest with yourself so I don't have to pretend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, it's all walks of life too, man. And I appreciate when somebody is just honest with themselves and just bring themselves to the table.
I gotta say, I'm like super impressed with the amount of self-awareness in your answers. Like, that plays a role in your life, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, I'll be honest in a minute. I'll be like, man, I'm a prick. I'm really not fair when it comes to, I'm a little racist. I'm
a little racist. You can send that on your Twitter.
I'm a little
See how many sponsors come out.
But I am, man, and that's the honesty. That's my honesty. I'm brutal with it. Like this girl. I told this girl that I used to be friends with. This girl I used to be friends with. She was like, we could still be friends, and I told her no. And she was like, why? I was like, because you're married. She's like, what's that do? We can still be friends. I'm like, I don't want to be friends with married women. That's stupid. And she was like, and that's a very controversial thing to say because it makes me sound like sexist, right? Like, I only want one thing, and how girls say, I only want one thing, and oh, it's disgusting, and all men are the same, you pigs. And I'm like, yep.
I agree.
And that's
I can't be friends. I was friends with one married woman, and I can't front. In the back of my head, I was like, just in case. Just in case that shit don't work out.
And it's like, it's more dishonest, like, because if I have a girl, right, it's more dishonest to be friends with a married chick, and then just like pretend like do all the things that men will have to do to pretend to not like to be friends with women. The things you have to pretend not to be. I have to pretend to not be attracted to her. I have to pretend like I wouldn't fuck her. Like, I have to pretend like all this shit just to talk about her day sometimes. Like, man, I'd rather just not be friends with you. You'll be fine. I'll be fine. You know what I mean? And I don't think she got mad, but she was like definitely confused. Like, why? You can't be friends. Like, no, we can't. Because I know I can't. I understand myself, and I don't feel like pretending at all. On any level, I don't feel like pretending. It's not a problem to her because she goes home to her husband every night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she might even fuck with my peace of mind. Like, she might even like try to flirt with me or something. And then when I try to take it to the next level, she'll be like, I'm married. You can't do that, Booker. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to fucking. It's like, I don't want to go there. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, if I say that to somebody, especially women, they just think I'm an asshole. They just think I'm a creepy little mother. Like I'm a piece of shit. And I'm like, that's the price I pay. But I'm not gonna be dishonest, man. It's just, so I definitely have a real compassion for people who can, because it hurts to be honest. Honesty hurts. The truth stings, man.
It does,
It hurts the most when you have to be honest with yourself, like, because we all have ego. You know what I mean? It ain't just something exclusive to men or people like me. We all have ego, right? So we all want to be something that we're not. That's why we have dreams. I want to be the world's best player, but I'm fucking not. So every now and then I have to just be like, man, I'm just not good. You know what I mean? I'm not good at this shit that I think I'm good at. You just got to have that awareness sometimes. In order to be honest with myself, or I can just lie to myself and think I'm the greatest, and then every time something don't go my way, I just be like, you know what, man, it's everything else's fault. You know what I mean? I play perfectly, and the game hates me. You know, like, it's just, and even then I let that slip through the cracks every now and then. Like just earlier, I was playing Iodom, and I was just like, man, fuck lore. Every time something worked, man, fuck lore. This kid ain't that good. Fuck lore. You know what I mean? Like, man, and even if some of the shit I was saying was legitimate, it was still like a little bit of lack of truth in that, where it's like I could have said, like, fuck lore, but at the same time I did fuck up my combo there. You know what I mean? or I did miss that anti-air. That's a key anti-air. I missed it, or I knew he was gonna do that, and he did it, and I didn't think he was gonna do it. It's like you gotta have that honesty, and it hurts, man, because I wanna be the best. You know what I mean? Like the last question I answered, I want to have purpose. I want to be the best. I want to travel the world and be that guy. You know what I mean? I want to be that guy. I want to be what you think of the word pro. I want to be that. I want to be a real person with real responsibility and real passion for Street Fighter. That's what I think a pro is. I want to be that. But a lot of times I have to be real honest with myself and go, you know what? I'm not that at all. It hurts. It fucking hurts, dude.
Damn. It's all real and shit. But yeah, no, I face those same things like with me in music. Like I fucking killed my group earlier this year because I was like, fuck am I doing?
like halfway through a song, you just go, stupid. You
like, I'm gonna never stop. Huh? I'm gonna never stop doing it. But at the same time, like, you know, I was like, all right, something got to change because clearly this ain't working. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, the next one. 3 things you're thankful for in life.
Oh fuck! What was it? Thanksgiving? I'm thankful for my mom. Yo, all right. So let me think. You there? Oh, what happened? Something happened. I don't hear you anymore. No, I'm still live. If you can hear me, I can't hear you, man. Yeah, his internet went. Yeah, what happened?
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
No, I don't know what happened. All I do is just close it and open it.
Because I told the joke and then you didn't laugh at all. I'm like, oh fuck, I bombed.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this motherfucker tight.
Yeah, I have no idea.
You got something against Thanksgiving.
I wonder if it's funny because you know what might have happened. I unplugged my webcam and then you couldn't hear me, and I'm like, yo, I wonder if I have my fucking mic on, and I'm like, I wonder if it was just taking the audio from the fucking webcam.
Oh,
I'm like, god damn it.
Yeah, you did sound like you was on speaker. I was about to ask you if you was on speaker.
Maybe that's why it sounded stupid. I'm like, because I wasn't using my normal setup because it didn't work in the beginning, so you probably defaulted to webcam.
Son of a bitch. I have a webcam too, man. Hate looking at this damn thing.
Yeah.
I feel like the government's watching me, man. Can't even jerk off in peace.
Oh fuck! Government is watching though, so you can't jerk off in peace.
The government knows when you masturbate. There's a song like that. Like, the government knows when you masturbate. The government knows when you masturbate. Like he says it twice. Like, what the
Let me tell you something. That sounds like today's hip hop. The government knows when you.
That's bars. That's bars.
Today, yeah, that is bars today. Unfortunately, man. Don't even gotta rhyme. Just gotta say it. Just
put nigga at the end and rhyme nigga with nigga.
That's it. That's it. Like, why is that guy such a genius? Like, oh my god.
You said 3 things I'm thankful for.
Yeah.
That's such a Thanksgiving question. Like, you know, you got
no, because I asked it not in November too.
Right after Thanksgiving. What do you think for? I'm thankful for snow because I like snow. And
you don't get that. You're in Florida. You don't know what snow is.
Yeah, I don't have a fucking clue, honestly. I haven't seen that shit. I've seen that shit in at least 4 years.
Yeah, same here, man.
Thankful for. Man, I feel like, damn, that's what you think of this podcast?
Yeah, I was like, fuck this
you got your dick out while you're talking to me. Hey, what are you thankful for? You shake it twice.
Hey man, IRL, send this. I'm trying to teach you the ways of IRL. Because that's your future, dude. That's how you gonna blow up.
You're gonna start beating off. Are you over here?
Nah. That's when you upgrade to Tampa Bison chatterbait. That's when.
Chatterbait.
Yeah.
Like 98% of chatterbaits is niggas with their dick already in their head.
Oh man.
You ready to have a talk? Hey, do you play chess? And they just beating off for no reason. It's like, oh my god.
They're just ready. They're just ready.
No, but skinny white kids. Fucking weird. Sometimes the camera's only on the dick. It's the strangest thing. Their face ain't even in it. It's like, yeah, you. Wow.
I mean, you gotta give the people what they want. If that's what they want.
Yeah, penis.
Dick cam.
I'm glad when they get caught. They get caught talking to somebody named I am 13 years old, fucking 68. At AOL, they get caught talking to a motherfucking screen name like that. I'm glad they get caught. You fucking creeps. Why you got your dick out, man? Come on. By the way, I'd also like to say I'm thankful for masturbation. That's one of. and on another note.
Oh, man.
Thankful I can beat it.
So that's one. All right.
I just talked about everything I'm thankful for. Aren't you ever thankful that you don't think too much about life? Like.
Yo, that's all I think about these days, dude. Because I'm trying to figure out like what the fuck
really
to do.
Think about. I don't mean your life. I mean life.
Oh,
like when you.
Yeah, fuck you. You don't matter, dude.
Like you get to the point where you just go, man, I don't matter. That's how Jim Carrey is right now. That's why it's sad looking at him. Like, before I came on this shit, when I was eating, I had that shit on. I only saw the first 30 minutes of that new movie or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, you know, he talks very philosophy like and shit, you know. Yeah, but it's almost sad because he thought too much about it. He'd be like, "Oh, we're all energy and we're nothing," and it's like, Jesus Christ, man, drink a beer. What's wrong with you? Like, I'm glad you're woke, but like, I hate white people woke because it's like, it's so transcendent of anything we understand, and it's just like, oh my god, like, black people woke is just calling everything racist, but like, you can handle that, you can like disprove that, but like, you can't. How you supposed to talk to Jim Carrey about what the fuck he talking about? How you supposed to have that conversation without being high?
I don't know.
You can't.
That's why he looks all fucking. That's why when all the videos go viral and shit, he looks like a fucking lunatic, you know.
Yeah, he probably is one. Right? He lost his mind, man. He's never going to get another gig again. It's over.
That's what happens when you make too much money, though. Maybe that's the price you pay.
That's what we all are. I have a theory. That's at our very worst. That's what we all are as people. We just assholes waiting to run into a bunch of money.
Damn, how long do I gotta wait, yo? Because I would love to hit that money.
I'd love to have it tomorrow. The thing my square is gonna do is go to more tournaments. I ain't gonna do nothing real. I'm gonna be like right after Capcom Cup. I'm gonna be tweeting Capcom Cup. I'm gonna be tweeting Capcom fighters like, all right, when you bringing out the schedule for next year, I'm gonna go to everything.
Oh shit. I'm surprised no one has really done that yet. I thought we would see that, and we don't really
going to literally everything.
Yeah,
because it's not possible. But these cocksuckers be trying. They be going to like 20. K-Brad be trying his ass off. He be in New York one weekend, London the next. I'm like, damn, they could sit down for a week. Take it easy. Probably sick every day of the year, just being on planes and shit, going to different places.
Travel life.
I know if K-Brad gets Ebola, the world is doomed. He be going anywhere and everywhere. He gonna be sneezing on everybody. It's fucking
He's
over.
Gonna be the Planet of the Apes.
He's gonna be that guy. Yeah, he's gonna be. I love that joke by Bill Burr. He was like, how come when people get sick, they have an unbelievable urge to go to the airport? It's like... But, yeah. I know I'm thankful for that, man. I'm thankful that we can all define... all of us as humans can like define what it is to like what our lives mean. Like when you ask me what's my like what do you have compassion for? It's like, I'm glad that I have the brain to be able to even define that shit, because there's some tiger out there. You ask a tiger, hey tiger, what's your favorite kind of meat? And he just goes she's like, oh damn, that's a damn shame, man. That's a damn shame, man. Hey, I'll see you tomorrow, tiger. Right? Because that's obviously how a tiger sounds.
You sound like Chris Nolan's Batman, but sure.
I'm reading his lines perfectly, by the way. How'd you know, man? I was actually doing him. Fuck a tiger. I was doing a Christian Bale. But yeah, man, that's a big one. I don't even think I have to be thankful for three things. That's just one thing. That's a huge thing, man. Just being able to be coherent and just be able to say what I want to say, which is why I get so mad, man. It's like, man, this is what I came up with. You know what I mean? I've been alive for 28 years. This is what I came up with, man. This is who I am. This is the shit I've gone through and the shit I'm going to go through. This is what came out. You know what I mean? I'm not a rapist. I'm not a murderer. I'll say that's a win so far. I'm just not successful. So like that's the next hurdle I got to jump. It's like, how do I pull success out of what I came up with?
Let me sound like you. So like sometimes I get people on here and they're successful, and man, I call them successful because I'm trying to get the answer, quote unquote, you know? Yeah. And they hit me with, well, what is successful? And I'm like, God damn it. I was like,
does he at least have a theory, or is he trying to just like be all like cute with you, like just answer a question with a question?
They just don't want to like acknowledge their own success, and I'm like, oh.
They don't even talk about what it means to be successful to them.
Yeah, because I had like an artist on here, man, and she's doing way better than I ever did out here. So I'm trying to get some answers, and just would never accept it, and would answer everything in some way of philosophy, which is cool, I guess.
That's what I don't like about people. That goes to the other thing where it's like, I hate when people just aren't honest with themselves. So you got to deal with their fake shit. You got to you got to be in their world of uncomfortable, don't know the answer to nothing, just never have how do you have any kind of success and not think of yourself as successful? That's just weird. It's like, you should have some kind of philosophy on what success is. Like, what's successful to him? You got to ask these people that shit, man. Like, what is success to you? If you're not successful now, what's success? And they say something dumb like, I just want to feed all the children of the world. Say some dumb shit. Look, I just want to end world hunger and
make the world a better place.
Yeah, like fucking beauty pageant answers. I just want to, like, that's success to them. It's like, man, shut the fuck up, stupid. You know what success is to me? When I get to wake up out of bed and just like, and go on Amazon and literally buy whatever the fuck I want. That's success. When I go to Amazon and I go, I look at something and I just go, I want that. I want that 50-inch TV. 2-day shipping. Fuck you.
Success is the Jeff Bezos life. That's success.
Success is being able to buy yearly subscriptions to like PSN.
Fuck. That's like so low tier.
That's success. Because broke motherfuckers, not successful motherfuckers, got to worry about where that money's going.
Don't let the future potential sponsors hear that, because they're going to get you with them shitty contracts. Like free PSN for a year.
Exactly $64.99 a year.
Don't even fly you to an event. It's just like
playing all out tournaments, nigga.
Yeah, right? Red Bull does that shit. There you go. There's one in June.
It's like, damn, this guy has low standards. It's like, nah, man. But success is relative, man. Like, you think George Clooney wakes up? Like, do you think he even understands anymore what it's like to wake up and like I said, the PSN thing? It's a joke, but at the same time, it's like, dude, it's a comfortable feeling to like look at something that costs $60-something and just be like, I'm getting it, and not have to contemplate whether you're gonna eat for the next week. You know what I mean? Like, if I spend that $60 on playing video games, what am I gonna eat? Now I gotta live on noodles for the next 3 years. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So it's like, that's success for me, man. Not having money, not being such a fucking, not having such a chokehold on you to like to fucking
the free life money and it's
fucking
get it.
Not too much money, not so much money. Like another comedian said, like, I don't want to have fuck you money. I don't want to have that kind of money. I don't want to have money where it's just like I can make or break you. You know what I mean? I don't want to like give you $3,000 and then like make you in debt forever. Like, all right, you owe me $3,000. You know, like that one dude did to Flash. You ever heard that? Where it's like he made the guy, he let Flash Metro borrow $7,000 for some reason. And
I ain't heard of him.
And then Flash was like, I can't pay you back, or just didn't pay him back. It's like, yeah, of course he didn't pay you back. Seven G's, jackass.
That sounds like Flash. Flash is like a local villain over here because he. I don't know if you ever played a house around here, Blanca player from back in Street Fighter 4 days. Yeah. But yeah, they money matched, and he just didn't want to pay up, and he had his boys there to be all hard and shit.
What a fucking cunt.
I think it was at like final round, like many years ago when Street Fighter 4 was the main game. So.
He sounds like a jackass, but you know, at the same time, it's Blanca. That guy can go fuck himself.
No, House didn't do that to Flash. Flash did that to House. I'm saying.
Oh, Flash House. So. Yeah, I know that guy. Flash House.
Yeah, but I'm saying Metroid did that to House. I mean, is what I'm saying. But yeah, all right. So I think you got some of that thankful in there. We'll settle with those.
Yeah. And masturbation. Masturbation is number 2.
Yeah, never forget. Never forget. That's the backup. That's the anytime something's wrong, it's like, well, always jerk off.
Jerk off. Yeah, exactly. I'm being dead serious too, man. That shit is great. I'm glad I'm not a girl, man. I gotta buy equipment. Nah, I ain't gotta buy a left hand.
Yeah, there you go.
Just when I get bored, just freaking grab it and crank it like, and then after that, just freaking go do laundry after I wash my hands.
Yeah, you get that jerk off noise.
Just crank it. That's exactly the noise that comes out. I get into it, man.
Horrible. That's horrible.
I'll be so happy to see my face. You should see my face, actually. It's just...
Okay, they call the cops, neighbors and shit. Like, yo, I think he's having a heart attack.
I think somebody's getting shanked. I think somebody fell down and can't get up. I don't know. Sound like some fat nigga doing push-ups. No, thank you.
Hey, yo, where you see yourself in 3 years? Actually, no, don't answer that one.
Dead. What the fuck you want me to say?
Damn, that's it? No. All right, next question then.
Yeah. All right, we got that taken care of.
Yeah, where you see yourself in 3 years? Do it, and then I'll go back because I'll skip one.
Fucking 3 years. Fuck. I feel like all these questions are like relative to each other. Like I feel like I just answered this.
That's the whole point.
Yeah. It's just like
they're all like introspective meditations and shit. So.
Yeah. That meditations. That's such a I smoke weed word.
Yeah.
Meditate. Bet you hit the bong sometimes, don't you?
Nah, son. All my weed smoking has been just because of like peer pressure when I was young for women. Not even like for dudes. I just wanted the girl, and the girl was doing it, so I was like, okay.
People thought it was cool. Yeah, like weed was a non-factor in my life until like 25.
Yeah,
it was introduced to me as a thing you do. It's like what?
Well, I mean, like growing up in New York, weed was on the daily, but like it wasn't until like college and every girl was doing it. Like I was like, all right, well, guess better do it. You know, like
I know people, just because of how aloof people act when they're high. Like people used to actually allude to like being like if you smoke like smoking weed was a gateway to sucking dick or something. Like like if you smoke weed, the next step in like the natural progression of things is you fucking getting your throat blown out by a big nigga named Tyrone, you know. I was like, yo, what?
Let me tell you something. If that was the progression, weed would not be at all affiliated with hip hop.
No way.
But yeah, so 3 years you'll be dead?
3 years? I think in 20 years I'll be dead, but in 3 years... 3 years, man, I want to fucking have a platform, some kind of platform, a relevant platform. I don't want to just be streaming at 40 dudes for the rest of my time. But like, not even that, 33. But it's man, I feel like I deserve to put my philosophies out there. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear people telling me, hey, you know, you got to do things differently. It's like, no, I want to do things this way. I developed a style. I want to use my style. I mean, I have a right to use my style. I'm not trying to be Jordan with it. I'm just trying to be successful. And like I said, success is relevant. Success is relative. So my success don't mean I don't need to be a Capcom Cup winner or Evo champion. I just need to have a platform where I can just be real, be myself, talk about certain things, be a certain way, and not be shoehorned into like this idea that I'm supposed to be quote marketable. You know what I mean? Like I can't say a motherfucker sucks without being viewed as toxic. You know what I mean? Like that's why I got so mad on Twitter because I made a joke. I was like, there's something about like I mentioned like 6 names off the top of my head. I was like, there's something about Ken, Vega, Birdie, all these characters that you know, they and it was kind of like a joke. I was like, you know, there's something about them that attracts fundamentally challenged players. meaning not meaning they're retarded. That's how people took it, but it's not retarded. But I don't know. It's something about when a player is just decides he's not gonna play footsies. He's just gonna jump all day. They pick Birdie. They pick Ken. They just happen to pick these characters. Laura. You know what I mean? It's like people that want to play footsies don't pick Birdie. You know, they pick fucking Karen or something, or Cammy. You know what I mean? Like you know what I'm trying to get at, right?
Yeah.
Like if you want to throw, if you want to have a fireball game, you want to throw fireballs, you pick Ryu, you pick Guile. But like it's just certain characters you pick if you have a certain playstyle. So I was like, yo, people that aren't really fundamentally strong, they just flock, they go to Ken, like or something. And that's why Ken, you know, the whole joke is flowchart Ken. You know, it's a whole joke. It's a running joke. People that play Ken are fucking retarded. It's just, and everybody, and when I made that tweet, everybody was like, "Oh, so Momochi is fundamentally challenged." I'm like, "No, I didn't say that, dummy." But it's just, I don't even. I'm not even sure how to word it really. I want to say stuff and not have because then Javits came in. You know Javits, right?
Yeah.
Like bar player, whatever he is now,
Yeah.
something. And it's just he came in like just like a lot of people came in like, whoa, you saying Bison is smart? Oh, Bison players are smart. I'm like, no, I'm not talking about Bison. Like, why are you going that in that direction? How come I can't just say something and like have it be if you're gonna reply to me, have it be in relation to the argument that I'm making. You know what I mean? If I say Ken players, you know, or bad players pick Ken, I don't need to hear about how butthurt you are that you play Ken, or talk about, oh, well, Bison, are you saying Bison is smart? It's like, no, I'm not saying. And then you say the word Bison. It's just people are too into what they feel is right. You know what I mean? But they don't have a theory on how to be better. They just have their way of doing it. You know, it's very selfish. It's like, I don't, like, in order to answer the question, what I'm getting at is, 3 years from now, it's like, I want to be in a place where I don't get questioned anymore. You know, I can just say things. I can just, like, I know it's never going to happen. That's not what I mean. I don't mean, you know, just like trying to end world hunger. It's like, whatever. It's such a cloud, you know, a pie in the sky type of thing, but I do really honestly believe there is a place where there's a point I can get to where I just say something and people, you don't agree, but you at least listen. You at least go, you at least go, what do you mean? You do something. You do something that isn't just a completely selfish observation based on what somebody else says. Like, it has to be based on something. Like, if I say Ken players suck, I don't want to hear about what you think of Bison. It doesn't make sense, right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It's just some people aren't fair. They just they don't listen. You know, they don't listen to what you're saying. They listen to what they want to hear. So it's like when I said the thing, like on Twitter, like when I said the thing about, you know, fundamentally challenged players pick these characters, everyone was just like, "Oh, you're a hypocrite because Bison players do head stomp." I'm like, what journey did you go on to fucking make that a relevant fucking observation? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how'd you get to that point? Like, how are we talking about Devil's Reverse? Like, it's one thing if I said, you know, all these characters are dumb as shit, like all these people pick these characters, and oh yeah, Bison players are all geniuses. Then you can come in like, all right, you know, that's fucking stupid, and then we can have a discussion about whether or not Bison players are geniuses. But like, they heard something, they jumped to their own conclusion, and then they started. It was what they call that, straw man argument, where you just you make up your own argument and then you have that. You know what I mean? So now instead of talking about the dumb shit birdies tend to do, instead of talking about the dumb shit birdies do, now we're talking about whether or not Devil's Reverse is a bad fucking move. Like, how did that happen? Or a good move, or an abusable move. It's like, we're not talking about that. So it's like, in 3 years, I want to be in a spot where my platform is big enough where people just listen. That's all. Just be like, when they say a tweet like that and they get offended because they're a Ken player, like a Ken player comes up like, "Hey, what do you mean by that?" Like, that's all I want. What do you mean by that? So we can have a talk about it. That's all. Like,
that sounds like you want the whole entire world to change. That doesn't sound. That sounds crazier than the reincarnation thing.
it is, but it only is crazy because people are so in their own world.
Yeah,
people are so. It's not like impossible. It's not like ending war or something. It's not like something.
Sure.
It's in our DNA to fucking fight each other. But it's not in your DNA to not fucking listen.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're gonna like this one a lot. This one based on your responses to all the other questions.
Yay.
One person that you want to forgive, and vice versa. And if you can, say why. Like one person you want to forgive, and one person you want them to forgive you.
That's like super emotion. Forgive.
Yeah, man.
Like what? I don't. Man, how would
like one person that you want to forgive, like for whatever. I don't know. Like maybe
because that would mean that would mean I have some kind of resentment towards somebody.
Yeah, you might be there already. You might have done it. Some people I talk to, they've already done their shit.
My thoughts are more. My thoughts are more general. Like if somebody, like I know we all had girls that like cheat on us, or whatever.
Yeah,
But it's like I'm not gonna be like I forgive my ex-girlfriend because just start crying and shit. But like my forgiveness is more general. Like man, I forgive. Like I realize that men like give you an example. I've realized that men lie, or like men lie to women to try to get with women. Like they'll be like, yeah, I'm trying to be your friend, and like in their head they're trying to freaking bang her brains out, but they're like pretending to be her friend. So ultimately, when the guy ultimately goes, I don't really see, like once he finally gets what he wants and he just leaves her high and dry, she'd be confused as shit. You ever like hear about that situation? And then the girl ends up going, no, all guys are the same, like that line.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I realize that men are liars. Like a lot of what women say about men is very true, and they have a right to be angry. You know what I mean? Men are liars. We're lying hunks of shit sometimes. But like, I forgive, and I hate it too. I've grown to hate it too, not because the same reason women hate it. Women hate it because they at the end of the day, they're the ones that get hurt, right? So. But I hate it because it makes my life harder. Because if you want to say I hate to say it like this because I know people are gonna get mad. Like say you want to have sex with a girl, right? You should be able to say something that alludes to that, like directly, not indirectly, not like indirectly have a friendship with a girl for 3 months and then to suddenly spring on her. Hey, I want to bring you back to my place, right? But
isn't that why God made Tinder?
that's a part of it, man. It's a blessing, man. The internet's a blessing because you get to skip all that shit that guys have to lie about. I don't have to care about what you do for a living because it's on your Facebook profile. So we can get right to the fucking meat and potatoes. You can get right to, all right, so what are we doing tonight? You know what I mean? So it's like it helps guys lie less, but it's those guys lying. Because girls, they carry that baggage, man. They carry that baggage with them. So like, they carry that baggage of the scars that other men give them from due to lying and being piece of shit, and they bring that to the table, and it just makes my life a little harder because I'm not that dude, but I can sound like that dude because they're lying. You know what I mean? So if I want to go to a girl and be like, you know what, I really like you, and I want to, I'm trying to, trying to see you rolling panties down. I mean, I wouldn't say it like that, but that's just funny to say it like that, right? But it's like, It's if I say that, I'm a creepy piece of shit. Why? And it's just like, a part of me kind of hates why that happens like that. Like why that aspect of my thing is ruined. Like I can't say that and just I don't mind rejection. I don't mind if I go, hey, can we, maybe you can come over and we can, you fucking do this and do that. Not blatantly, like say what I want to say, but say it with some charisma, some charm. You know what I mean? I'm not just saying, hey, can you like touch my penis? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like, hey, man, that's what I want though. But why can't I be honest about that? I want that without being like a piece of shit. You know what I mean? And the reason why I'm a piece of shit because there's so many dudes that want the same thing, but they don't say it like that. They they pretend to be your friend, they pretend to be nice guys, and then they fuck over some people, and now we all are like that. Now we have to hear all guys are the same, and it's the other way around too, man. Some girls fuck it up for the rest of girls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, some girls are actually hoes and they try to pretend not to be hoes, and then when the hoe slips out, they become hoes like while they're actually not supposed to be a hoe. You know what I mean? Like they start fucking coworkers and shit while they got a boyfriend or a husband, and it's like they're trying to lie about what they are in their heart, like what you want to be. It's just guys do the same thing, girls do it, but I forgive. I get, like, that's just an example. Like I forgive guys for like that. That was just an example of like my, like, the forgiveness that I exhibit. You know what I mean? I don't forgive. I don't take things personally. Like I don't sit here and go, you know what, that one girl broke my heart. I just go, you know what, I think a part of what she did, like whatever girlfriend I had, I think like a part of what she did is what is capable in all women. It's not like she's just a single asshole. It's like, I feel like that's what women are for whatever happened. You know what I mean? It's just like, you try to come to an understanding. That's a lot of what my journey is in life. Is just trying to understand people and just trying to have, just trying to have different perspectives. So it's like, when I see that men lie, I don't just go, because a lot of women just go fuck men, and that's the end of it. You know what I mean? But I just look at it and I go, it's like, yeah, fuck men, whatever, they're assholes, but why are they lying? And I try to like add that perspective to my life, and that's when the forgiveness comes, because I don't like that they do it, but I understand why they do it. And that's the fairest in terms of the question you asked and my answer. Like, that's the fairest I can do. Is forgive that and be like, like, why do men do that or something like that? Just as an example, like, why do men lie? And it's like based on, it's like a fear thing. It's based on fear. It's based on losing something that they didn't. It's based on them trying to get something that no one told them how to get. Like, no one tells men how to talk to women, but women, like, it's not the same way with women, because what we want is built into them. You know what I mean? We want things on a very shallow level. It's like, it's built into you. You got ass, you got nipples on your titties and shit. You got everything you need. But men is a little different. You know what I mean? We gotta have nice things. We gotta have charisma. You gotta know what to say. Know how to say it. We gotta be interesting and shit. Bongs for Harambe. Thanks for subscribing.
Yeah, dude. What? If anything, I helped you out with that. We got you a subscriber.
Yeah, a little bit I don't even think he's a Street Fighter player. I've never seen that name before. Never. But
this is the type of greatness that I attract. Already.
Yeah. So
he heard a little weed story before when we were talking about it. He was like, "Damn right." He was like,
you heard weed. That's all you heard. I'm subscribing right now. But I forgive in general. Like, once I understand something, I try to forgive it. And
for sure.
And once one of these fucking lore players just comes out and goes, "Man, I'm just doing shit. I'm just pressing buttons, my nigga. Like, I don't know what's going on." Then I can forgive that too. But until then, they can go fuck themselves. I hate you. Don't like one lore player. Huh?
You forgive Ono-san?
Ono?
Yeah.
I feel sorry for that guy. Because he don't know shit. Like, he ain't really making no decision. Like, he just goes out there. It's a fucking train wreck. It's a dumpster fire, and he has to just go out there like, "Hello, everyone." we all hate Capcom for what they putting us through, and we in turn hate him. And and he's just like, "Hello, everyone," and he just has this face. Like, I felt, when I felt really bad for him.
Yeah.
It's when one of these cocksuckers wanted to. He wanted to introduce Laura when the game was still what do you call it? Was still being made, or still like in beta phase or whatever. which is probably still yesterday. It was in beta phase, but
it's coming, dude. Chill out.
So, oh, what the fuck, man? But before the game came out, it was like late 2005. 15. He wanted to introduce lore. You know how he was like they were like traveling the world.
Yeah.
Not the world, but like they were going to different places to introduce different things. Like they went to like Saudi Arabia or wherever, or I think no, they went to Kuwait to introduce. This is funny. They went to like Kuwait or something to introduce Rashid on 9/11.
That was insane. Like, how did no one think about that? Well, not
Capcom, man. It's stupid. They probably did it on purpose.
Son. That was amazing, yo. How they give his stage a plane? Like that stage where that no one plays in tournament because it makes them dizzy or whatever the fuck it came up reason. But how do they have his stage is a plane that flies through like towers? I think they introduced
this. They might have introduced this stage in Kuwait on 9/11.
No, I feel like it was even worse. It was Rashid, but just later on, the stage comes out, and I'm like, is no one paying attention?
No.
Like, is no one?
It's just flying through clearly Dubai. It's just flying through. It's flying in between two towers at one point. It's just right on the nose.
It's because always everybody likes to say like Sony funded Street Fighter V. Is Sony owned by like the oil kings and like we just don't know it? We just don't know it. Oil kings are probably funding the motherfucking.
Yeah. Hey, but I was saying I felt bad for Ono when he went to Brazil to introduce what people thought was going to be Blanca. Right? He was wearing a Blanca suit. He had the Ono had the Blanca doll for months. He was fucking gassing this shit. And then like a couple of weeks before they were gonna finally introduce Laura, because no one knew what Laura was. Everyone just was like, oh, it's gonna be Blanca. Holy shit. He would drop like little hints on social media, like you see electricity and you get all, oh my god, Blanca, yay, right? And then some cocksucker was like, yeah, it's Laura. Just leaked it. Yeah, it's Laura. This is what she looks like. This is her. She's Sean's brother. I mean, she's Sean's sister or whatever, older sister in the story. It's just lore. And everybody was like, oh, well, it's a new character, whatever. So, like, the reveal was just, you could tell it sucked because Ono was on Twitter like, I'm very sad. Like, somebody fucking leaked it. Fucking cocksucker. Like, he was so mad. Like, I'm sure he was really upset because that was his thing, you know what I mean? He was really...
Yeah.
He was really the guy. He was like traveling across the world. Like you go all the way to Brazil just to introduce a character that's already been introduced 3 weeks prior. It's like it's a huge. And he still has to go out there and like pretend like he cares, because you know what he's thinking. Like these American motherfuckers, right? Can't just not leak shit. Like you cocksuckers, right? But he still had to go out there like, hello everyone, show you time, show you can. No one knows what he's saying in between. Hello everyone and Shoryuken time. It's just everything in the middle is just gibberish. Like no one knows what he's saying.
Yo, on that leak shit though, Capcom must have someone that like really hates them that works for them because there's not one thing on there that they get to surprise us with first. It's always I can't even remember the last surprise was what? Street Fighter 4? Was that it?
Yeah, and people wonder why Capcom can't garner any kind of excitement. A lot of it is just because the game itself, but it's like, dude, even when there is like some excitement to be had, dudes can't wait to leak it. It's like, I can't wait until the video hits where it's like at Capcom Cup or wherever, where it's just like, all right, this is going to be the season 3 character, and some cocksucker's going to leak it like 3 days before. It's just it's going to happen, and it's going to take away the excitement.
Yeah,
and it's just like, come on, guys, can you take it easy? Have some compassion. These motherfuckers are out here working day and night. Can you stop? Don't be a dick, please. Fuck.
Some of it in the beginning was their fault when they would like leave the information in like updates. But I mean, some of that is
if it's an type of thing, I don't mind. But
but some of that is just like, man, somebody really fucking hates Capcom who's collecting a check.
Yeah, like data mining. Yeah, it's gonna be new V triggers. Like, you jackass, can you chill out? I think the guy's name was like Inquieres. Like, can you get a life? Jesus Christ, I don't like.
That dude, he's out for blood. That guy.
He don't even write half the time. He just be like, I guess I was wrong. You don't even like admit it. Like he thought Sagat was gonna get revealed, and fucking all that was real. only thing that was revealed was the shit that he leaked in the first place. So we technically didn't get a surprise. It was just some shit we already knew was going to happen. You know, V triggers, whatever. We just the first time we saw a video on it.
Well, at this point, that's the only way you can even counter them.
Thing. It was like he looks stupid. We look stupid. We all look stupid.
That's the only way to counter them right now. Is that if they leak it, just don't do it. Just so it discredits them, you know?
Yeah, wait till they leak and then just change the whole plan. Just fuck it. Just drop season 3 a year later. Just fuck you.
There you go.
Dick. Yeah, now you don't have a season 3. There goes your leaks, you dummy. Ruin it for the rest of us.
But let me see. Yo, next one. Next one be what is the perfect day?
What are you, SpongeBob? The perfect day. What's the perfect day? You gotta think about that one. That's a really square. I never thought. My brain don't even work that simple anymore. I don't just go. I like ice cream, so I guess I have to eat ice cream on this day. And I like Total Recall, so I'm gonna watch that. I don't really have a perfect day. This nigga said Tuesday. I get it, cause whatever. gotta trash my viewers a little bit, but
that's actually real good. Yeah, it's actually.
Shit. Fuck. That's so simple. I don't even think on that level anymore. Like, if you ask me some abstract shit, I could talk for days, like I just did. But like, yeah, a simple day. You know what a good day is. Just you see some nice. Like, you see some nice porn, you just gotta test. You can test drive it. He's like that's how you start your day, right? That's how you start your day. You see you see something nice. Man, I gotta try that out. Test drive it. You know what I mean? Take it around the block, and then 30 seconds later, when you're done, you fucking and then you start your day, right? You fucking like. I like playing an engaging game. Where the story is actually in the game, right? The story is in the fucking game.
We've only been talking about Street Fighter, so I don't know what game. We've only talked about Street Fighter. What game is this? Because it's not
just any like RPG or something. Like if like the day I've never played Last of Us was like the best day. I played that game. That shit was amazing because the story was gripping. I don't want to sound like one of the fucking Ebert and Roper, whatever the fuck those two guys are. Gripping. Edge of your seat. I don't want to be all like that, but like, if you play a game that's engaging on that level and just play that shit all day in the dark, it has to be raining outside. Has to be raining, or if it's not, I just literally play rainy mode. You know what I mean? Just play artificial rainfall. Just fucking listen to that shit. Sit in the dark like a lonely motherfucker. Maybe every now and then somebody I really care about comes in. I talk to him for a little bit, just to talk. I can't play a game that the story, you gotta look for the story, like Destiny or Dark Souls. Like, I can't play those games. I just like playing those games to slice shit in half. You know what I mean? But in order for me to have a really good day, it has to be like an engaging story where I can just like sit back, almost like an interactive movie. Which is literally those games I like playing with friends. Like I like hanging out with my friend Aaron and like playing like Hidden Agenda or something or Heavy Rain. You know what I mean? You ever hear about those games?
Yeah.
Just like one of those interactive story games and just like playing that shit and just hanging out. It's raining outside and you just talking about fucking whatever it is you do. You know what I mean? Like just hanging out with a dude, just quiet. Not too many people. I hate crowds. Because my life is sad to a motherfucker that likes hanging out. Like my life is a montage of me just sitting alone and kind of just doing that like YouTube King, like shaking my chair, just rocking back and forth.
I remember like when I saw you at Evo, dude. I feel like you were just hanging out alone, like for a lot of the time, dude.
It's a sad. My life is a sad fucking by myself montage. You can hear sad music if you look at me. I'm just like minding my business. I'm not talking to nobody. I'm not sad. I prefer lonely. Like I hate loneliness, but I love being alone. I tell my girl that all the time. Like I don't like feeling alone. I don't like being alone. I don't like being lonely, but I love being alone, man. I need my space. Like, so like that's like a beautiful day to me. That's a perfect day. Not talking to no fucking body. not saying anything I don't want to say, not feeling something I don't want to feel. Because you know, if you the more people you introduce into your like day or whatever, the more feelings that you might be forced to have that you don't want to have. You know what I mean?
Like this whole conversation.
Fucking try to make it something like, you know, you're not asking me like, hey, what's your favorite song? Because then it's like,
that shit's boring, dude. Who the fuck cares about that?
Yeah, because then like now I have to have an emotion I'm not ready to have yet. Because now I have to like be like, oh, my favorite song is this song because it speaks to me. It's like, no, it's gay, but like, it's like the more people you talk to, the more you don't have like the more maybe on some level you might have to have an emotion you're not ready to have. You might have to say something you don't want to say. You might have to be something you're not ready to be. And, like, you dictate, if you're alone, not lonely, but alone. Because I don't want to be lonely. You know what I mean? I hate loneliness. I hate when you just feel empty. And, because you can feel lonely. I feel lonely. I don't feel lonely by myself. I usually feel lonely in a room full of people, which is weird. It's weird to other people. It's not weird to me. Because I can perfectly explain it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just being in a room where you don't mesh with anybody, you don't have a connection with anybody, and you're kind of just in a room floating. Just with, I'm sounding like Jim Carrey now, but you're just in a room, float with other people. There's no connection. There's no motherfuckers just talking about drinking or actually drinking, and it's just they're doing a bunch of stupid shit that doesn't. It's not a conversation about anything. It's just a bunch of woo, you know, woo, yeah, you know, just a bunch of that shit.
Yeah.
Just motherfuckers having a generic good time, and I don't have the same good time that other people have. So like, you know, as I explained, the best day I've ever had was sitting in a fucking lonely room in the dark while it's raining. It's just nothing happy about that, except in my head I'm
heavy rain the real life.
Yeah, right. Sean, Jason. Okay, but it's. I feel more lonely in a room full of people than when I do by myself. I like just talking to one person and just having the same energy with that person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to say, even for arguing, the energy could be there. Like, you ever argue with somebody, but you share the same passion for the subject? Like, you ever have an argument with somebody like that?
Yeah.
And it's like, but you actually enjoy the interaction because you have the same. It's like relationship arguments. You know what I mean? I like relationship arguments because you actually learn something about somebody when you have those. It's just, but you guys have the same energy. You know what I mean? You're trying to make it work. You're just butting heads. You know what I mean? You're both trying to make it work, but you're just two motherfuckers with two different viewpoints, but you still have the same passion for the subject matter, which is the relationship, right? But that argument becomes really miserable when one person is like, I'm trying to make this work, and the other guy's like, whatever, fucking get out of here, stupid. Then that argument is miserable. But it's like, even when I'm arguing with somebody, if we have the same passion towards the subject, if I care and they care, but we just have a different viewpoint, then I don't feel lonely. It doesn't bother me. I actually like that. I actually like that energy. But what bothers me about being around people, like I said, what makes me feel lonely is when you're talking to somebody and you care about something, but they fucking don't. And it's just like, that's what my girl likes to talk about Overwatch. And it's like, I don't want to be the guy that's like just nodding and like falling asleep, because she obviously has a huge passion for Overwatch, but it's not possible for me to have the same passion, right? So it's kind of like it's almost like a depressing thing, because you wanna be right there in the conversation, but it's just not there. So it's like she's being really passionate, and I'm just like, yeah, I guess, yeah. Oh, Junkrat, huh? And it's just like, it's just, you want to have the same energy as the other person, but it's just sometimes it's not there, and that's the kind of stuff that makes me feel lonely. So it's like, sometimes I'll even throw a bone out there, and I'll try to educate myself on the thing. Like the same girl, she used to get like passionate about like Bloodborne. So eventually, I just got tired of not having that same passion, and was just like, I'm gonna buy the game and play it with her. And it's like, I bought the game, I enjoy the game. There's still a disconnect because I don't really feel like the story is as riveting as people say it is. I don't see it. Like, you know what I mean? It just doesn't resonate with me. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I just cut shit in half. I just enjoy like the different aspect of it. I'm not sure how to explain it. I just want to cut shit in half. I'm real simple. I just want to cut shit in half. I like
the same joy you get in Street Fighter is the opposite of that game. You just want that simple shit. You just want to see shit burn, and that's it.
Which is why I also, like, when it comes to Street Fighter, I can't talk to people who that's why I make people sub to me if they want to, like, an actual in-depth conversation about Street Fighter.
You gotta earn that shit.
Yeah, because I tell people this story all the time about the story. I was at TFC and I was talking to this dude, and he asked me a question. He was like, "Yeah, I want to play Evil Ryu," and don't say play Ryu like the rest of these guys be saying. So he immediately made a connection that, all right, I'm gonna be different from the rest of these guys. You know, the rest of these top players that just tell them to play Ryu, like ha ha ha, play Ryu, and then they walk away and to go to Denny's to eat pancakes. You know, the tournament move. That's the tournament move right there. But my thing was, he asked me. He was like, all right, so I want to play regular Ryu, but people tell me all the time to go to Evil Ryu, which is a better Ryu, right? I was like, you know. So he wanted to ask me, what can I do with Ryu? Now, this is the last time I ever answered such a generic question, and this is why. Because when I told him the answer, I gave him this deep-ass answer. Like, my energy was so involved. I was more involved into the question than he was. He just asked the question, and then he just left it at that. He was like, all right, so what should I do? So I was like, you know what Daigo does, the low forward and the fireball? You know how much thought is going into that? You know, the fact that, you know, he does low forward and the fireball, he trains you to expect the fireball after the low forward. So sometimes he'll do low forward, and then you expect the fireball, and then he does no fireball, and then he uses that moment of doubt that you have, that moment of expectation. You wait for a fireball. He'll use that to gain ground on you. He'll pepper you. He'll hit you with a low forward, make you block it, and then walk forward, and then do another low forward, and then it just confuses you. It puts you into a state of expectation. And then he portrays your expectation by not throwing a fireball sometimes, and he does other things instead of throwing fireball. So now when he trains you to like do low forward, and he does nothing. Once you get comfortable doing that, and maybe he does throw afterwards. You know what I mean? Maybe he'll do like low forward and walk forward and throw you.
Yeah.
Like now you're expecting the throw, and maybe you'll press a button now. So that's when he goes back to low forward fireball, and maybe you might get counter hit. Maybe you might just block it and get pushed out, and it's just a generally low risk, like I'll say low risk, low reward, but it fucks you up. You know what I mean? So like there's a subtle genius in like just something as simple as low forward and the fireball. And like I'm explaining all this shit to him. I gave that kind of answer, just that level of fucking philosophy. You know what I mean? And like he was just like, I looked at him. He was just looking around the room. He was just like not really paying attention. He was just staring at the projector screen, not really giving me any. He wasn't giving me his fucking attention, his heart and his fucking mind, and then he was just like, oh, okay, all right, thank you. And then he walked away because what I was saying wasn't resonating with him. He wanted to hear, all right, this is what you got to do. You got to do this combo into this setup. It's gonna beat everybody, dog. He wanted to hear that shit. He wanted to hear what the win button was, and that answer would have matched the no imagination in his question. The answer would have matched that because his question was very simple. It's very, hey, what do you do? So so instead of me giving my answer, I should have just said, do low forward fireball a lot. Just do it a lot.
He would have appreciated that more.
Yeah, he probably would appreciate that. Oh, thanks, man. I didn't think of that. And like, that's what I mean. Like, that's what makes me lonely, man. Because talking to that dude, he didn't have the same energy I had in that conversation. He didn't. He was just like, I was really into what I was saying, and he really wasn't. Because I wasn't saying what he wanted to hear. So he immediately cashed out. He immediately clocked out of the conversation. And he was already, like, disregarding everything I said, or at least not listening as best of his ability. So it's like, all right, so maybe I should change. If a motherfucker's actually paying $5.99 a month for that information, maybe he might give a shit more. You know what I mean? So it's like that's my prerequisite now. Is like, all right, sub to me so I know you passionate. So like you'll spend, if your passion worth $5, then it's worth my time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's my theory on that. It's just like it just that goes all into what I think is like the best day. It's just having, just either being alone or being with people that have the same energy as you, and just doing whatever it is you like doing. It don't even have to be in a rainy room talking about, playing video games or whatever. It can just be, if you like kayaking, your best day should be in a room full of motherfuckers who are passionate about kayaking. And just talk about kayaking. You live kayaking. You talk about when the next time you're gonna go kayaking. You share kayaking stories. You freaking jerk off the kayaks in a fucking magazine. Like, you do everything kayaks, and that should be your best day. Or if you're a basketball player, your best day should be hanging out with basketball friends, talking about basketball, or fucking just talking about just being friends with each other, knowing that you have the same passion for what you do. You know what I mean? So, like, that's my best day, man. As long as I'm around one or two people that, like, like, I could spend a whole day just playing. Like, I like doing this thing. I'll just go, hey, man, you want to watch me play Final Fantasy or something? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, sure, I'll watch you. And that's really a good day. Excuse me. That's really a good time to me, because it's like, if you're a type of dude that can actually sit down and watch somebody else play a video game, like, that means you feel the same way about that video game as that person. You can actually interact and be, like, a part of the experience, rather than just a motherfucker waiting for me to stop playing so you can play fucking Call of Duty or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, like, that's where I feel alone. I try to avoid that. So, like, that, I think that's my best day, just being around same energy people doing same energy shit. Yeah.
All right. This is another repeat question. You're ready.
Kill it.
Where did the will to carry on come from? From within? From a higher power?
Oh, fucking... What are you, a Bon Jovi song?
Yeah, we trying, dude.
Was it Bruce Springsteen?
We trying, dude. We trying. They got them hits, right? They got them.
Bring me a higher love. Bring me... Okay, what was the question again? That shit was so...
Like, where does the will to carry on come from? Like, does it come from within? Does it come from a higher power? Some type of faith?
It does sound like I talked about the purpose thing. Shouldn't that be everybody's? Yeah. Shouldn't that be everybody's will to keep going? I don't want to be a useless fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I hate when people go, I just wanna, no bad vibes. It's like, shut up, stupid. It's like the only thing you're trying to accomplish in life is purpose. You motherfuckers, you want to do something to leave your mark. You want to do something that fills you with whatever it is you're trying to be filled with. You know what I mean? Confidence or purpose, money. You do something like that. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's everybody's will. If they say anything different, it's probably full of shit. Like, my will to keep going is my mother. It's like, really, is it? Or is your will, like, to be relevant in someone's life? Isn't that more accurate answer? You know what I mean? Like, it ain't got nothing to do with your mother. It's just, you're just trying to be purposeful to somebody.
Yeah.
To not be a piece of shit. That's a lot of people's will to move forward in life. No one really has a passion for what they do. You know what I mean? Except maybe like musicians or something. Like, I just want to share my music with the world. You know what I mean? It's like, I think that's more about you. You know, you're trying to just express yourself, and that's the way you do it. You know, because you can't. You know, some people express themselves by being a professional porn star or something, or more people express themselves by I don't know, being I don't want to say politician. That has to be the most miserable job. I ain't never seen a good person be a politician. Fucking Christ. But yeah, I feel like that's more or less what it is, isn't it?
I mean, I don't know, I'm asking you.
That's what I feel, man. That's what I feel. It's just,
I get all types of different answers for all these things. So I mean, like,
I think it's more of a uniform answer. It's the answer for everybody. It's just true across the board, man. Your will comes from like your like, I want to say passion, but your your need to be relevant, man. You need to be purposeful, to not just be on this fucking rock, to be a waste. You know what I mean? Just to sit here and just do nothing, be nothing to nobody. It's just a sad existence. So like whatever it is you do it for yourself. I don't like when people like we're all selfish people, by the way. We're selfish species. We all do things for ourselves. I don't like hearing about I just want to do this for other people. It's like teaching. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, I'll probably catch a lot of shit for it, but it's like, you know, teaching is something you do. You don't do it because you want these little motherfuckers to learn math. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think you care that much. But it's like you do it because you want to be the person that's teaching these little motherfuckers math. Like, you want to be impactful. You know what I mean? You want to do your part in society. It's about you. I don't like when people lie and say it's some selfless fucking thing you're doing. It's just, we're all selfish, man. I feel like that's across the board, man. If you're gonna ask that question, the answer better be like to everybody, anybody who's listening. It better be, man, this is what I do because I like this shit. Like, I like what it makes me feel. You know what I mean? It ain't about oh, my mother, she's sick and I just want to, oh, you know what I mean? Whatever the fuck people say. You know what I mean? It's about you trying to be not a piece of shit, or trying to impact somebody's life to the point where they remember you when you die. Because the saddest thing in the world is when you die and no one gives a shit. They cry about 15 minutes and then they go back to eating donuts. You know what I mean? Whatever the fuck they were doing before you died. And it's just, you're just trying to leave your mark on this fucking planet. That's all you're doing. And then, yeah.
Final one, dude. Final one. Even though it's like 3 and 1. This is I wish, I wonder.
What?
I like that I did. I wish I had done. I wonder what would have happened if.
Ill. That's all I can say to that. Ugh.
Yeah.
I wish. What was the first one? I wonder.
So I like that I did. We start there.
I like that I did. What do I like out there? Fucking. Because there's not much to like, you know.
Damn.
It's not much out there. I mean, we're at where we're at. It's not like, you know, we just had a whole conversation about me not being successful and me trying to wonder. Not much to like, and that's the honest truth of it. You got to be honest with yourself. But I'm glad I have enough insight to understand what life could be about. I don't know what it is about, but I know what it could be about, which is, you know, like I just said, it's about understanding yourself and being true to yourself. So you don't have to guess when you're in a situation, like when you don't have to wonder if this is what you want to do. You know what I mean? So a lot of people have that kind of crisis where it's like, I don't know what I'm doing in life. I don't know what's going on, and they cry, and it's like, well, that's the wrong journey, man. Your journey should be, man, what the fuck makes me happy? And, you know, and I don't know, like, I don't really know how to word it. But you should just, like, I feel like with me, it's just, I'm happy that I get to be aware of, like I have enough insight, enough shit has happened to me, and I thought about it enough. Like, I'm happy with where I am mentally. You know what I mean? It's just, it's something that I'm glad I see other people who are way more successful but have way less self-awareness. So it's like watching people. It's like watching people that fall into a good thing, but they don't know how they got there. They can't recreate it. You know what I mean? They don't know enough about their situation to really duplicate the success they had. You know what I mean? They probably won't be able to reinvent themselves. They probably fell into a good situation. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm happy that I'm not those people. And I'm happy that I'm the person, even if I'm unsuccessful and generally more so than not unliked, I'd rather be unlikable and understand exactly why people don't like me rather than like have some kind of relative success and then being like, a miserable, kind of like Donald Trump. Just like, he's the president, sure, but he's a fucking idiot. And he probably doesn't even understand why people don't like him. He probably just sits there like, I don't know. I do many big things. I do. It's just, I'd hate to be him. I don't care how much. I don't care what kind of millionaire, billionaire he is. I'd hate to be that motherfucker. Like, just to be that ignorant of yourself. It's just stupid.
I mean, yeah, if the character he presents is his truth, then he would be the antithesis of what you're saying, and that there is no self-awareness.
None. So I'm happy. If I have to be happy for anything, I'm happy that I have self-awareness. That's all. What's the other one?
I wish I had done.
About to say something that contradicts everything.
Yeah. Like, that being said, fuck everything I said.
I wish I was Donald Trump. I don't want to say something dumb. Hey, I wish I went to school. Oh, education, yeah.
I'm not a big fan of school, but I won't get into it.
I avoided school. I don't care if I'm a bum until I'm 30.
Yeah.
It's freaking something I wish I did. I wish I knew what I knew sooner. I wish I was where I am mentally now. I wish I was there in like my really early 20s. So I definitely ate a lot of shit.
You mean like food, or you just mean life? Like
both. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Indeed. Correct. But fuck it. There's a certain happiness I have, you know, wishing. Like, I wish I had. Just, I wasn't as naive, because you have to be naive at some point in your life. I just wish I had somebody, some kind of guidance. Like, I wish I had me now when I was like 18 to just be like, all right, this is how people are, dude.
You need future Bison to come mentor you.
Yeah, man. I need 4-year-old me to come and give me even more insight. Like, you know what your problem was? You ain't shaking this guy's hand. That's all you need to do is just get hook up with this dude. You'll make it, kid. You know what I mean? Now, thanks, old Bison. You know, Tampa Buffalo. You know, whatever my name is in the future.
Oh, evolved. Bison evolves.
Yeah, man. Tampa Bison evolves to Tampa Buffalo. And I say something. I say like make a sound. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. I wish I was that. Like, you know, I could. I feel like I wish. I just wish I was more insightful. Even though it's not really a possibility. I just if I have to rub a genie and wish, rub a Timberland boot and freaking Papoose comes out. Like, I wish I could fucking wish for, you know. Being able to be able to break things down the way I can now, or the way I will be able to, and even more so in the future. I just wish I had that earlier. So like add some years to my life, maybe not be so fat. I don't know.
All right, and then
what is the last one there?
I wonder what would have happened if. It's kind of similar.
Well, yeah. At the end of that question, I might as well just continue on. If what would happen is having more insight, it would be like a clean slate. Like, you know, I could be consistently this person throughout, rather than transforming into this person. I could already be this person, and then I could make more of my opportunities that I did get. You know what I mean? Because a lot of my hang-ups in life is because when I got an opportunity, I had no idea what to do with it. Like, even when I was on EMP, a lot of that is generally just, you know, the situation was fucked up. But I did some things I could have did better with my platform. You know what I mean? I could have had enough insight to be like, this is not what I want, and never even be on the team. You know what I mean? But to say that EMP did not help me get my name out on any level is horseshit. You know what I mean? It's horseshit. So like, and I wish when I did world-stopping things, like when I beat Evo champions and win majors and shit, I wish I did more with that rather than like letting it, you know, like I wish I was more profound on Twitter and like I shook the right hands and talked to the right people. You know, like I wish I talked to like Mike Ross way earlier than I started to. You know what I mean? Because obviously he probably has a lot of things to say. He probably has a lot of things to share. Now he's like fucking Batman. I don't know what he's doing, but he's just out there now. It's just like I don't have any guidance anymore, or not that I had it in the first place, but it's just it doesn't. It's definitely not a possibility now. There's nobody that can talk to me now that I can think of that can really sit me down and be like, this is what has to happen. Like the only people that say that now, the only people that have that kind of insight, are people that are pretending to have that kind of insight. You know, people that aren't famous on any level. You know what I mean? Trying to tell you how to make it. You know, you got to put yourself out there. And it's like said the guy who is struggling to put himself. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people say that, and I just wish I had a more meaningful, like person in my life like that. You know, in terms of like what I want to do in life.
Every time I talk with a lot of my artist friends, you know, I'll say some things, but then I'm always like, that being said, look at me, I suck, right? So take what I'm doing, take anything I just told you.
At any moment, you know, that's coming from, you know, at any moment they can just attack your credibility. Like, man, what the fuck you talking about? They can just get offended. Even if you're right, dude, they can just come at you like that, and there's nothing you can say.
Yeah.
So you do have to preface your shit with, like, you know, I'm trash. You know what I mean? Like I'm trash, but you still, you know, you still do better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I usually, you know, because the artists who I have that conversation with is like, well, you know how I know I'm trash is because, I got 10 songs here and no one gives a fuck, you know, versus you got 0. So, like, you know, at least I know I'm trash.
You got to use the word relative because they don't understand. Yeah. Like, when you ask that one person about success, she probably, whoever that was probably like, the word probably never meant anything to him. Yeah. But it's like, you should have just used the word relative, because relative success is just as successful as, like, I'm not successful until I talk to a motherfucker who's starving to death in the middle of fucking Egypt somewhere. You know what I mean? Just dying somewhere. I was about to say some real ignorant shit, like in the middle of on the top of a pyramid, just dying. Like, just pyramids just casually fucking. But like he just somewhere dying of fucking death. And then I don't want to talk to that motherfucker. Like, if he goes, man, you're really doing well. You know, you got a house, you got friends. I don't want to go to that person and go, you know, nah, not really. I'm not successful. Success is just, what is success? And when that kid just replies with, not dying on the top of a pyramid, that's success. I think you're doing really good with yourself. You're not starving to death every day, you fucking idiot. You know what I mean? So you got to explain that to people. Cause a lot of people, they get so lost in the fucking sauce. They don't know what they're talking about anymore. You know what I mean? So you got to explain that to people sometimes.
So yeah, assuming I couldn't rip this audio from your thing and put this out.
Yeah. It's somewhere on there. You gotta.
Yeah. No, I see it already. But I mean, so any plugs you want for the 5 people who hear this show on my site? You got way more than 5 right now, but I mean,
like, I'm plugging shit they already know about. Hey, come back here tomorrow,
it's awkward It's awkward right now, but it's for the people listening. It's
actually less people than I'm used to. Like, because these motherfuckers want to see me play Street Fighter and lose. Talk. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah, but nothing. Freaking, you know, Twitter at Tampa Bison, at Tampa_Bison. My bad. You know, freaking follow me there. You know, to the whoever's on your end. If they want to fucking, I don't know what they would want to follow me for, unless you're a Street Fighter guy. But if you want to follow somebody, if you're a fan of real people, I'm your guy. A fan of real, genuine fucking human beings. You're tired of this world of fucking. What are you talking about? You know, this world of. It's hard to tell what people are. You know what I mean? Everything has a title, but nobody wants to be what they're supposed to be. You know what I mean? Women afraid to be women, men afraid to be men. You know, if you tired of living in that world, I should be your guy, and that goes to everybody. And that's my message out there. Just, I want to be a real person. If you're a fan of real people, fucking follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch, follow me everywhere, dude.
All right, man. And then just last words. Though you said a lot anyway, so
yeah, that's it. Yeah, about 3 hours later, we're still.
Yeah. I know. That was our problem back in the day. We used to always bring you on. We just never would stop.
Yeah, one time it ended at 5 in the morning. It was 7 hours.
Yeah, it's fucking retarded. Yeah, you know, like I think only like the first 2 we put out, and then after that, it was just like, yeah, I don't know if we need to put all this shit.
It would have been great material. No one's ever gonna hear. It's like the lost tapes. That shit was great. At one point, we started talking about if Sherry was bangable or not. It was just crazy.
Yeah, a lot of that shit is out there. It's on my like
somewhere. Yeah.
That stuff is all on YouTube. Like that stuff never made it to the real like podcast websites. Like this,
I would imagine it didn't.
Yeah, because I mean back then I was just cheap and didn't want to pay for hosting and shit. But now I do that stuff. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so this shit will be on all the iTunes and SoundCloud and all that crap. Yeah. You know, or the Google Plays, wherever the fuck people go. Everywhere but Spotify. That's it. It's the only place.
I'll hit the link then if you give it to me. You know, pause. But give it to me, yeah. You know,
yeah.
I'll hit you with the link. Tweet it out. You know what I mean? Helps me. Helps you.
Yeah, man. But that's it, man. We done.
Right.
Bake that chicken, smoke that turkey, boosh.
Fucking Christ. Did you read that off the... I better not listen to another one of your podcasts. You say the same line word for word.
When I go to sleep, I dream of red suns in the bed. No, that makes no sense, and you're the only one that probably cares. Lately, little Teddy's been turning into nightmares, gnashing teeth and sharp claws, violent, and I'm always scared. She's got a fake boyfriend. He lives in LA. Says she met him online. I mean, what else can I say? Said he'll visit next May, but that's hard to believe, cause he works at a cafe, and playing tickets ain't free. Says he's in school, he's doing big things. He'll be the best welder this world's ever seen. God, I sound like an asshole. I don't mean to be mean. It's just when we talked, you had bigger dreams. I know, I drag my feet and did you wrong. No one on this earth deserves to wait upon my love is wrong. I never told you sorry, so I gotta put it in the song. My nightmares, they haunt me. I know, I drag my feet and did you wrong. No one on this earth deserves to wait upon my love is wrong. I never told you sorry, so I gotta put it in the song. My nightmares, they haunt me. When I go to sleep, I dream of red sun and the bed. I know that makes no sense. You're the only one that probably cares. Lately, little Teddy's been turning into nightmares, gnashing teeth and sharp claws, violent, and I'm always scared. She's got a fake boyfriend. He plays in a band. Parents say he's too old. They just don't understand. To get married's the plan, but she wants a ring. And he works at a cafe, and them things ain't free. Yeah, I know he's in school. He's doing big things. He'll be the best plumber this world's ever seen. I know I'm being an asshole, but all I can do is be mean. 1,000 miles away, and he's more there than I could ever be. I know, I drag my feet and did you wrong. No one on this earth deserves to wait upon my love is wrong. I never told you sorry, so I gotta put it in the song. My nightmares, they haunt me. I know, I drag my feet and did you wrong. No one on this earth deserves to wait upon my love is wrong. I never told you sorry, so I gotta put it in the song. My nightmares.